Hi, it's Matthew Dickson. It's Friday night, and I'm going to talk about mental health in developing countries, a little bit about schizophrenia, and some general mental health tips. I've got schizophrenia. I'm doing well now. It is possible to get through it. It is possible. I know I was never guaranteed that I'd get through it, and it's scary, and it's the unknown was terrifying of what was going to happen to me in my life. And plus, I was depressed at the time, and it's difficult. It's difficult to be in that state of mind. I'm not there anymore. You don't know what the future holds in store for you, and keep fighting. If you've got schizophrenia or some other mental illness, or maybe something other than mental illness, keep fighting. It's so worth it. When you get on the other side and you find peace and contentment in your life, it is so wonderful to find that. Other people may be able to find more enjoyment when they go through things. There was one quote that said, it's a mindfulness saying. It said, people would say, my life is awful and I can't go through this. And they say, well, how bad is it right now? Right in the moment, how bad is it? And that's a way for people to remind themselves it's not that bad right now, and a lot of our thoughts go towards the future and the unknown and what's in store for us, and it can be very scary, very scary. And but if you try to remind yourself it's not that bad right now, right now it's not that bad, and if you try to keep thinking about that and staying in the moment as much as you can, even though your thoughts may go towards the future a lot, that's something that might help you. It's to remind yourself that right now it's not that bad. I've got food in my stomach, I've got a roof over my head, and it's not that bad right now. And for some people, they might not have food in their stomach or a roof over their head. You could say that at least I'm alive and I'm doing well right this moment, and that I hope that helps. I'm starting to do some interviews on podcasts recently. I joined podmatch.com and matchmaker.fm and another one, podbooker.com, and they are doing a great job of helping me get some speaking engagements on podcasts. Really thankful for those. Thanks to Phil Palucha he's in the UK. His platform's called Billionaires and Boxers, and he recommended those platforms to get on podcasts. I'm very happy about that. My confidence is growing. I advocate for mental health in developing countries at mindaid.ca, and I'm wanting to have a big impact with that. And I'm not saying people have to have a big impact. Danielle Burnock, she has on her blog, she posted recently about, she said, little is the new big, about everybody saying we need to be having a big impact and take massive action. And that can scare a lot of people and put them off from doing anything. She said, little is the new big. Have a little impact. Do something, but have a little impact. Don't try to be deterred. Don't be deterred by people by feeling you have to have a huge impact. Little impacts they're great. They're so great. And I never thought I would be trying to have a big impact in life. I was very happy with having a little impact. But people say I've got good speaking skills, and I'm trying to have a big impact because I feel I might actually be able to do that. I never had any intentions in my life for decades on having a big impact, but here I am trying. And my big impact that I'm trying to have is, could I possibly be as a household name like UNICEF? And I don't have to be a part of it. I'm just saying if MindAid could, or if people with mental illness in developing countries could get the mental health care they need, that they want, that they're waiting for, if they could get that, even if I wasn't involved or my MindAid platform wasn't involved, if somebody else could do it better and faster, great. Great. I'm trying. I've been trying for 4 years now. I made MindAid in 2018. I'm trying to have a big impact, and I've been having to watch my own recovery in the meantime. And it's so frustrating to be held back like that. To be held back to think, I could go forth, but I'm conscious of my stress levels. I'm not cured. I'm finally managing my disease, you could say. after 27, 28 years of recovery. I'm 50 now. I got diagnosed at 22. But I'm supposed to watch my stress levels for the rest of my life. I'm on a medication. It's an antipsychotic, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my work with Mind Aid. I keep taking small steps with it and pushing myself further. I'm staying in my comfortable range of my uncomfort doing things. I go into the uncomfortable range of doing things. Oh, what am I doing? But it's manageable, and I'm having a good time with it. I really am. But at the same time, I feel frustrated because I know if people, if this was a household name, if people knew today where to go to help people with mental illness in developing countries, such as UNICEF, if there is a name like UNICEF, everybody knows what UNICEF is, or other large groups like that. They would say, well, how would you help someone with mental health? Well, go to UNICEF. Right now, UNICEF isn't going as hard as it could. Well, I mean, there's an article I found online in the last year or so, and I wish I could find it again. I thought I'd saved it, but I can't find it. I've looked online for it. It explained why the large groups like UNICEF, World Vision, Plan, Oxfam, they aren't dealing as much with mental health. And they had valid reasons for that, and I wish I could find that article again. I'll keep trying to find it online, or another article like it on the topic. But there are 10, I found 10 nonprofits giving basic mental health care. And if people knew about this, if Mind Aid or another platform or someone could do it better than me, if this was a mainstream name like UNICEF, people would say, "Oh, just go to Mind Aid. Go to Mind Aid. There. That's how you'd help. That's how you would help people with mental illness in developing countries. That's how you do it. It's just, yep. It's everyone knows what it is. Just go and do that. But right now it isn't, and I'd love it. I'd love to have everyone know where to go to help someone with mental illness in developing countries. Where would you go? I found 10 nonprofits on my site in the donate section, and you can donate there. You can donate directly to the 10 nonprofits. In the future, you might be able to donate to me. I'm trying to get that set up, and then I could donate to the 10 nonprofits on your behalf as to make it easier for you. But it's possible. Right now you can do that. And I'm trying to think of ways to make Mind Aid a household name and to get people the help. There are over 270 million people in developing countries with no mental health care. And some people say that could be on the low end of this, a lower number than what's really there. Some people are kept in chains with mental illness in developing countries. How do you help them? Go to the 10 nonprofits at Mind Aid. Go to Mind Aid. Go to Mind Aid. Go to Mind Aid. And I'm trying to think of ways. I'm thinking of if I put like a flyer that you could print off, a digital flyer that you could print off on your own for people, for people no matter where you are, advocates to go and print off and put on people's car windshields to go door to door on your own and do this. You don't have to wait for me to do this. If you want to advocate or help out in any way, there's tons of stuff you can share already online. I've got YouTube videos, the Mind Aid YouTube channel. There's a playlist there, or a number of playlists, with over 200 videos on the topic of mental health in developing countries. There are as many as I can find on YouTube that I'm trying to share there. I've got my own videos that you could share. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, and you can go and share some of my content. And I would love if other people got excited about this, because I know you're out there. I know you're out there. I know if you simply knew about this, if you simply knew how to help someone with mental illness in developing countries, you'd want to help. I know there are millions of people out there who'd want to help in small ways, from simply sharing a post, to donating $10, to starting your own nonprofit or charity to help. And I'm trying to reach those people. I'm very happy about the podcasts I'm getting on. They're very simple to do. They're these 3 podcast matching, guest host matching platforms have been very helpful for me. Very happy about that. I'm trying to get more on TV and published. I've got a Medium page, medium.com. I've got an account there and I do some writing for that. Feel free to share things there. And the thing with me is I've been waiting for my recovery, waiting for my confidence levels, waiting for my stress levels to low, so that I can take larger actions and not get stressed. And I feel my confidence building daily. slower than I want, but building daily. And if anyone wants to help out and share posts, share posts, share posts, tell your friends when you share a post for them to share that post too. It would be wonderful if more people simply knew about it. As far as I know, my website mindaid.ca is the only website of its kind in the world. It has as many as I can find, all the groups working on mental health in developing countries all on one site. There are other groups beyond those 10 on the site in the resources section. They are helping people with mental illness in developing countries too. You may not necessarily be able to donate to those other beyond the first 10, the other 15 or so in the resource section of MindAid. If you can help, that would mean so much to me, and even more so, it would mean the world to somebody who's simply waiting there with untreated mental illness, maybe even in chains, tied to a tree, tied to a bed, with their feet through a log, with untreated mental illness, and they're waiting, please, somebody help me. Please, somebody help me. And they sit there, and they're waiting right now. There are millions of people with untreated mental illness wishing their pain would stop. Like, I wish my pain would stop when the pain first hit me in 1994 with my disease of schizophrenia. I just wanted it to stop. Please make it stop. I saw a video from the Japanese tsunami. It was some people in a town, and this huge wave of water was washing over these homes, and homes were tumbling over other homes, tumbling. And these Japanese people were from the community, were up on a higher ground area, watching their town get demolished. And there was a man speaking in Japanese, and I didn't know what he was saying, but the transcription said underneath on YouTube, it said, please make it stop. He was saying over and over, please make it stop. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. And that's the way I felt with my disease. That was in the early years of my recovery, that was what I heard in the back of my head, or in the foreground of my head all the time. When is this going to stop? Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. And as the years went on, it became more and more into the background of my mind. But basically, it's sad, I know, but I had that in my head for pushing 3 decades. Please make it stop. When is it going to stop? Maybe it'll stop now. Maybe it'll stop now. Please make it stop. It stopped. In the early 2020s, it stopped. And I'm so happy about that. Can you make that possible for somebody else? Can you donate $2 a month, $3 a month, $4 a month? A lot of nonprofits accept low dollar amount donations like that. And when you donate monthly, it helps nonprofits plan their year better. When they get random one-time donations throughout the year, it's harder for them to plan things consistently with their budget. Plus, when you donate monthly with smaller amounts, it's easier on your wallet too. It's a lot of nonprofits are trying to go that way, and that's why all the large companies like Netflix and Disney, they all have these monthly subscriptions because it works, and nonprofits are trying to follow suit. I learned that from Scott Harrison of CharityWater.org. He's been a real role model for me, and I've learned a lot from him. Check him out. He helps people get clean drinking water in developing countries. Can you help someone with mental illness today? It'd mean the world to them. Anyway, I'll be here on Monday night